Welcome to the Diary of a Solopreneur. This is where I share my journey of leaving the 9-to-5 grind to build a business whilst travelling in Southeast Asia with my wife. If you're on a similar path and like me, you're trying to work it out, I hope this is a useful video and channel to watch and follow. There's so much free advice out there today, and that's amazing, and it's helped me so much and will continue to do so. But it can also feel overwhelming because you don't know who to turn to, what to listen to. And I noticed that there's a lot of success stories come from people who've obviously already made it. And while that's amazing to hear, I struggle to kind of relate to that. And I almost think somehow that they were always destined for greatness. And I thought it'd be great to hear from someone who's on that journey as well, because you can really relate to them because they haven't made it yet. And hopefully they're going to make it. I'm talking about me. So I thought if I made a channel that shares my journey, what I'm learning, the ups, the downs, I think that could be really valuable, because I'd love to, I'm creating something that I would want. So hopefully there's other people out there who'd like this. So if you think you can understand my northern accent, this could be really useful, and I'd love to hear from you as well, because ultimately I'm learning, and I'm sure you can share things from me, because we'll all be at different stages of our journey. So yeah, I want to share the messy side of it, and of starting something from scratch, of leaving behind your day-to-day job. I did record this off the back like a month ago. I was in Thailand and I just came up with this idea. I thought I should do this, and I thought, you know what, don't sit and wait and think about it for months, go and record it. And I recorded it just completely off the cuff, and in my mind it was brilliant, because it was completely natural, it was completely authentic. But then when I watched it back, I'm like sat on the balcony, I'm scratching my leg, I'm scratching my arms. You don't want to see my skinny legs. It just didn't look great, and I'm sure you're thinking this doesn't look great either, but I'm learning. So this is the next step. So the reason I'm telling you this is because I've tried to recreate what I said, but I've not been able really to do it, because it hasn't been quite as authentic as in that moment of talking through my idea. So being completely transparent, I've wrote down this introductory bit. This has stopped now, I'm just off the cuff. So that's why it might look a bit unnatural. So I just wanted to be upfront with you. And my other vlogs won't be like that. They'll just be literally sharing what's on my mind at that moment, on that day, what I'm learning, what's going on, what's going well, what's not going well. So yeah. And yeah, I promised I commit to recording when I'm up and when I'm down, because I think that's really useful. It's no good me coming on going, I've had this success, I've had that success, which you quite often see on social media. I want to share when I am feeling a bit down, and things probably haven't gone my way, because I think that could be valuable for other people to see, and I'd like to hear from you as well, as I've said. I want to ultimately improve every single day, so comments, good, bad, are valued, as long as you're not nasty, because I'll get upset. My mission is ultimately to help at least one person, and hopefully you can help me too by sharing things like I've said. One thing I have learned in this past period, 6 months, is you should focus on one thing to start with. So I'm kind of ignoring that advice at the moment, because I've got my coaching business over here on LinkedIn, but I just thought this could be a really quick and easy way to sharing my thoughts and views. So yeah, I'm ignoring that advice, but the other advice is also to follow your passion, and this is a passion of mine, to help other people escape that 9-to-5. So I'm just going to go with it, and hopefully it doesn't take too much focus away from what I'm doing. So I commit to try making one video a week to start with, and just see how it goes, and at the very least I'll improve my presenting skills. I played with the idea of writing on Medium, which I've heard there's a lot of success for people, and I've worked with a guy who has had a lot of success on that. But the effort of writing on Medium, I feel like would take so much energy, when I'm also committing a lot of energy to writing on LinkedIn. So yeah, if this interests you and believe it will help in any way, or you just feel sorry for me, hit the subscribe button, please. There'll be no more than 10-minute vlogs. I say that, and watch this bit longer. Yeah, and I might share some of my travel journey too, because yeah, 4.5 months ago, I quit my job, and I went to travel. I was working in a career that ultimately I was trying to find that, I was trying to climb the ladder, and then I kind of got to this good milestone of program manager, and I realized I didn't have that feeling of like satisfaction. So I was like, why not? And that led me on this journey to kind of uncover that, you know, maybe actually think for the first time that, yeah, this career wasn't for me, and I was just doing what everyone else does, climb a career ladder for the sake of it. I'm not really ultimately motivated by money. I want to be happy. You're doing a job for 40 hours a week or whatever. So yeah, that what led me on this journey to ultimately quit my job, start to develop my coaching skills, and then after about a year, I left that job, yeah, as I said, and went travelling, rented the house out. So yeah, I'm now in Malaysia, and yeah, we've been in 5 countries so far, including this one. So yeah, if you follow me, and I ever make it past 2,000 followers or even 50 followers, yeah, if I ever make it past 2,000 followers, I promise to reward my first 50 somehow. Maybe you can decide. I'm going to put this down now, because that's it. So yeah, my work career, project management, program management, and I really enjoyed working with people, but ultimately the project side, actually delivering the stuff, most of the time I wasn't too interested in what I was delivering, so I didn't have that passion. But I did work with people with incredible passion, and that did get me thinking, why are they so passionate about this? It's because they were doing something they want to do. So yeah, and then in terms of the travel piece, we saved up. All our friends kind of have children. We're at that age where obviously that's the thing. We just didn't feel like we were ready to do that, not just yet. So it was like, why are we sitting around in my hometown anyway, waiting to the day we want to have kids? Let's go on our adventure. I'd never even been to Asia. So yeah, we've been to Vietnam, Laos, Cambodia, Thailand, and now we're in Malaysia, and we're going to Singapore in a few days. In terms of where my business is, which is ultimately what this is about, I was developing myself as a coach for 12 months behind the scenes, like in my spare time, in the evening time, and getting free clients off a guy who coached me just to kind of develop myself. So that's been really good, and now I've got a couple of paid clients, and I'm really starting to push my program on LinkedIn, which I won't bore you with too much unless you want to know, but ultimately it's a coaching program, and I'm using LinkedIn as a platform. Another thing that I learned was one platform, one product, one offer. I think that's the 3. Maybe it's slightly different, but ultimately don't cast your net too wide. Really go after one thing, and that's what I've been trying to do. And so far that it's working well. I'm still at the stage where I'm launching this product, but I'm getting traction on LinkedIn, and that feels really good. And I think coming traveling has really helped me progress, because I was doing it behind the scenes, an hour a night, a few times a week, but a lot of the time you've been on a job you can't be arsed with. You get home from work, you just want to have your evening meal, watch a bit of TV, and you know, that's what a lot of us do. But now I'm here, I think I'm happier, feel more productive, and I think as well, I think Joe Rogan said this, or was it Simon Squibb? It was Simon Squibb said this, 2 very different characters. Simon Squibb said this, create urgency, and I think what I've done here is create that urgency, because I came traveling, I started doing this, and I realized this is what I want to do. So now I've created that urgency, because the money's going to run out for traveling, and if I don't get this going in some small way, I'll have to start applying for jobs again in 4 or 5 months time, which is fucking scary actually. So yeah, create some urgency, and I don't know how you can do that, because when you're at home and you're just doing your 9 to 5, you feel like time's infinite, but that couldn't be any further from the truth. So like, if you can create urgency in some way, it doesn't mean you have to do what I've done, but like try and think about how you can do that and create some deadlines, because otherwise it'll just rumble on. And I've done more in 4 or 5 months here than I did in 18 months before I left. And then, like I said, I'll try and share things that I'm learning about at the moment from my perspective. I won't go into massive details, but it might give you some prompts to go and learn about it. It might give you a prompt to correct me in the comments and give me further information, because you already know quite a lot about that. So yeah, things I'm learning about at the moment, or have been in the past, is picking your niche and be really specific about who you want to service. It's that one product, one offer, but who are you offering that to? It's no good saying, oh, I want to do a video and help people find the passion. That's fine, that's great, but what type of people? How are you going to do it? What could you pick a particular passion? So kind of with me, I'm going with finding your becoming a solopreneur, and do it whilst you've got a job as well. I don't think I've explained that very well, but pick your niche, don't spread yourself so wide. And I promise I'll continue to improve on these videos because this is my first one. And hopefully one day we look back on this one and have a laugh, or I have a laugh, or maybe I'll just cringe. But yeah, bear with me. I am more intelligent than I sound, I think. So yeah, that's basically everything. I'm gonna continue to do vlogs and put this out there, and I'm really like, I'd be surprised if anyone ever sees this, but yeah. And at the end of the last video, I just said something, I thought that should be my slogan. So here it is, keep going.